welcome back to Third Take. And earlier today, you probably saw Martin's, deep sleepers because second round guys. But today, I'm doing a deep dive. I mean, you guys probably have never heard of this first guy. First guy, B.J. Thompson. He's projected to go in like the 6th round. But I watched the Brett Coleman video, and listen, the best athlete, maybe of all time. Like, better than Michael Jordan, better than LeBron. He is 6'5", 250, and he is rumored to run a 4.4 to a 4.5. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Listen, he's the most raw prospect you can get. He really needs to work on his actual finesse moves, but the moves he's got are pretty good. He's got a good swim, he's got a good dip, but he just needs to learn how to use his hands better. I mean, yes, he can beat tackles with his raw speed, but if there's, a DeJuan Jones that'll get to the outside before him, he's kind of screwed. He also kind of pass rushes without a plan, which you see with these raw prospects like Greg Rousseau, who, the Bills got him. They developed him very nicely. Listen, the best way I can describe this is 60% of the time, he gets absolutely sauced. He gets thrown to the ground pancaked. But that 40% of the time where he wins, God damn it, he wins with speed, intensity, and he looks like the best edge rusher you'll ever see. Another thing, during the Shrine Bowl, he got put into coverages as almost like a linebacker, and he covered like a DB. This guy is insane. He doesn't really have a position. You ask him what's his position, he says, I play football. Like I said, extremely high ceiling, but he does have a lot of stuff he has to work on technically. He went to SFA. It was an FBS D1 school. Like, he's very... I had to scour the internet for film on this guy. But, listen, if he pans out, I'm going to look like a genius for calling this a little early. So, I think I like B.J. Thompson in around the 4th round. Take a shot on a guy, so... Let's go. Next guy is Parker Washington out of Penn State. And I do want to apologize. Martin did correct me. He did do a undrafted fullback, basically. So his is a bit of a deeper dive than mine is, considering he did a fullback. So, yeah. But Parker Washington was very overshadowed by Jahan Dotson when he was there. I'll tell you right now, he's a physical kid. Great blocker. He's great in short route running. He breaks tackles most of the time. You can't really bring him down. There's a play, guys are headhunting for him. He breaks the tackles. He breaks the tackles. He has good size, but he still is mostly a slot. He's a bigger slot, but that makes him, a mismatch for, slot cornerbacks who are on the shorter side. Like, him on Clark Phillips, I think Parker Washington wins that most times, just because of the height advantage that he has. He has an amazing catch radius. He can stretch out to get the ball a lot like JSN can do. I'd probably call him a taller, slightly worse route runner, JSN. But yeah, he's great on screen passes. He's fast, gets out in space. They use him on jet sweeps a lot. Like I said, a lot of screen passes. So, if the Patriots drafted him and they still had Matt Patricia, perfect for the system. But we don't know what's going to happen with Bill O'Brien. He's best used on short routes and RPOs, so maybe you could see a team like the Dolphins late get a wide receiver 3. They're not impressed with Cedric Wilson. You could see him going there. And then I say he's a slot, but he can also make jump ball catches. He has very good, as Madden players say, aggressive catch, but he makes very good jump ball catches. And that was a little surprising for me considering he was a slot receiver. Great speed up the middle. Has breakaway speed, which, has been, it's been a trait that has been, you really need to look for in this draft. I'd say you got Zay Flowers and maybe Quentin Johnson, but that's maybe about it. I would just say, who? Got it. My co-host said Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, so you only got about 3 guys with that trait of breakaway speed, and Parker Washington is one of them. And yeah, I think he was just overlooked by Jahan Dotson. But they were a ranked team this year, so I think Parker Washington is going to do very well in the NFL. I see him as a wide receiver 2 to a wide receiver 3. Nothing special, but I think he could be a very good wide receiver 2 in the slot and, make a lot of things happen in open space. And I think you got yourself a steal in around the 3rd or 4th round. Parker Washington, Penn State.